G'day and welcome to this week's edition of the video blog. This is Adam McDougall, I'm Tomo. Now, when it comes to weight loss and it comes to your weight, a lot of blokes find excuses, but a lot of the time the buck stops with yourself. What are guys doing to themselves to sabotage their weight loss?
Yeah, a lot of guys think they're doing the right thing, but they're sabotaging themselves by going too team extreme.
Right.
And that's the first recommendation for guys is I'm a big believer in small changes lead to huge results. You don't need to get the blood in your nostrils, rub the danker rub on your legs and psych yourself up for a week where you're not going to get on the drink. Yeah. You're going to spend hours in the gym and you're going to starve yourself. They're the worst things you can possibly do. What we need to do is do everything in moderation and be sensible. So the first thing that you can do is get your breakfast in check. A lot of guys get up in the morning and still think they're a 12-year-old boy and rip into the Fruit Loops or the Cocoa Pops or the Nutrigrain. The Nutrigrain ain't going to make you look like an Iron Man, I can promise you. You do not want a high carbohydrate-based breakfast. You want a balanced breakfast. Namely, we want protein because we know that protein is going to keep you fuller for longer. It's going to build your muscles up. We want fiber because that's going to keep you full and have a number of other health benefits. And we want some good fats in there as well. Let's steer away from the sugar spikes because when your body basically has to break down carbohydrates, it releases insulin, and insulin puts your body in a fat storing mode. So whatever you do, don't set your body up for the first meal of the day by putting it in a fat storing mode with a high carbohydrate breakfast.
Another thing people forget about is the simplicity of water, yeah?
Water, that's the thing that people often get wrong. Mistaken being dehydrated for actually being hungry when they're not hungry. Dehydration is obviously, not only just bad for that, but it's also bad for everything cellular in your body. Your body is made up of 70% water. So, everything from brain function to muscle strength is determined by water. So 2 glasses of water first thing in the morning can boost your metabolism by a massive 30%.
Wow.
It's free, just go to the tap, turn it on,
Yep.
get 2 glasses down your gob, and happy days, you boost your metabolism by 30% first thing in the morning.
Tip number 3?
Tip number 3, we're basically looking to exercise, but we don't want exercise to be long and slow. Because the worst thing that you can do, guys, is train long and slow, because spending hours going for a jog or a run will actually release cortisol. And cortisol is basically a promoter of fat storage around your stomach. So you think you're doing the right thing by going for a long, slow run, but you're actually doing the worst thing. You're breaking down your joints, you're losing muscle, because muscle is key for fat loss. We don't want weight loss, we want fat loss. And the way to get fat loss is by building your muscle and maintaining your muscle.
And just on that, you said to me before, a 5K run might be good for you to start with, but then you've got to increase it to 6, to 7, to 8. One day you're just not going to come home. Yeah,
well, that's exactly that. You'll still be running. You'll be Cliffy Young. The problem with aerobic training as such is that the more you do of it, the more efficient you become at it, so the more distance you have to cover to burn calories. We now know that the key to exercise is intensity and building muscle. And the best way to keep burning calories after you finished exercise, which we call the afterburn, which is the key, how many calories you burn after you finished exercising, is done through short, high intensity muscle building exercise, like doing push-ups as many as you can in 30 seconds, short rest, going into some body weight squats, all them type of total body movements are the best way to go.
And a final tip for us?
Is don't stress. Whatever we do, guys, don't stress, because once again, stress releases cortisol. That's where gut fat is promoted from the release of cortisol. So make sure that you're finding some balance in your life to be mentally in a good place where you're not stressing. So that's very important. If you can stop stressing, you will avoid cravings, you'll avoid overeating and binge eating, and it won't disrupt your sleep, because sleep's obviously very important as well, because people that get less sleep eat more calories throughout the day, and that all comes off the back of stress.
And like meditation, you don't have to be a guru swami to get to do some meditation. It's basically about stopping and taking a minute to breathe, yeah?
And it's just being conscious of what you're doing. That's where exercise is good, going for a walk, being in the moment, be present. I don't care if guys get out there and think about the hot bird on the beach in their bikini. Be mindful, just think about something that makes you happy. Happy thoughts will lead to a happy waistline, guys.
On that note, I don't think about that when I'm exercising, darling. All right, that's it from us this week. We'll see you next time.